Rising. So, today I wanted to talk about transitions, rebirths, grace, things like that. So, like I said before, I am the kind of person that's by default like in my masculine and logic mode. My divination this morning was basically like, you're in the womb. You are cooking up, baking, preparing for your rebirth. And so during this transitional period, this transformational period, you have to give yourself grace, yes. Nurture yourself, mother yourself, allow yourself to be nurtured, and allow yourself to take the time that it needs. It's not time to have everything figured out. It's not time to solve all of the problems and to know everything. Right now, it's just time to be, to surrender to creation, to surrender to transformation. And so I'm at a period where I am making changes, like physical, tangible changes, and this earth reality. I'm making changes to usher in a new life. And those changes are, changes in habits, most importantly, changes in identity. Because again, it is a new life. So in order to sustain the changes that I'm trying to make, I have to become somebody new. Because this new person is the person that's living the life that I'm trying to live, which is me in my life, obviously, but on the next timeline, on a higher level. And so, no, I'm not going to be able to make every single change and sustain every single change today or perfectly or consistently. But if I allow myself to just make one change here and make one change there and be present in that and be present with myself, enjoy the process, focus on the process, the doing, the being, and not the outcome or the result, then surely, moment by moment, I will sustain and integrate those changes that I am making. And so, it makes sense, right? It totally makes sense. I get it. I understand. But like we were talking about before, it's layers of programming. And yeah, it's layers of programming sometimes that we have to get to fully integrate that. And that's, perfect example of what we're talking about. Allowing the grace and the different moments, the consistency in those moments to change, to make the change happen. And so it's like, for me, I'm like, okay, I know I want this to happen. I want to be this person. I want to do that. I'm about to reset and change my life today. I'm about to just change everything and get me reset and prepared to live this new life. And that's cute, but it's not necessary. It's so not necessary. So if you don't take nothing else from this, let me save you some time, energy, and effort. It's not necessary to try to reset and restart your life in a day. Because it's not going to happen. Even if you do manage to get through the things that you say, okay, this is what's going to be my reset, I'm just going to say good luck sustaining it. Now, there might be that time where you actually do it, but also consider, okay, well, how many times have I tried doing this? What else has been working in the background, energetically, spiritually, to help me get to this point, to help me align myself to this vibration and frequency where I am sustaining the changes and the desires that I'm creating. I got distracted and I'm laughing because this car just passed and their license plate says God powered. So, hello. Allowing ourselves to be God powered. No, we don't have to figure everything out and do everything ourselves and do all the heavy lifting as our human mind, as our human vessel. Because we are source beings. We are a part of source. And we should be moving as one with source, with the divine in us, right? So within, so without, as above, so below. We should be moving God powered, right? That's crazy. It's not crazy. We know how this goes. As y'all see that sun peeking behind me. So, my divination also say, like surrender to the feminine, to creation, which is source, right? And so, it's probably 9 o'clock now, or a little bit after. I'm supposed to have had a 9 o'clock meeting. And once I realized, it's like 8:40 and I'm still getting ready, a little bit of me started to be like, let me hurry up, let me be on time. Then the other side of me was like, well, that's cool, but one, typically the other folks part of this meeting are not on time either. And so you're rushing and wasting your energy and time trying to get here and be here at this time when they're not even going to honor it either. But at the same time, I'm listening to this positive start your day meditation. So I'm like, well, don't think like that, think the best. And I'm like, okay, well, even if they are on time, that's great for them. But for me, on my own timeline, it's clearly not aligned for me to be there right now. And I cannot rush myself I can't put myself in that energy of rushing and panic just to get to this meeting. When I know that the default energy of this place is panic, is rush, is masculine, is not ease, So, it is what it is. I'm moving on my own sacred timeline. And people will either align with that or they won't. And if we're being real, I know that they will. And so there's no reason for me to rush or panic about it. And even further, as I'm getting ready to go here and I'm making other transitions in my engagement with this place, it's like I 100% have to make these changes because this place keeps me in my masculine, like all of the time. It doesn't allow enough space to ease into my feminine or embody the feminine and the flow like I should. It doesn't allow space for a relaxed nervous system, right? So I absolutely positively must make the changes that I am making. And if these changes don't seem to fit within the place's preferences, then they just don't. Look at me missing the exit to get there, right? So I have to move on my own sacred timeline. But like I said before, what I know is that they will bend or align to my frequency, to my sacred timeline. I know that. But even if they didn't or don't or won't, I know that that's just what's aligned to be. And, you know, we're just not aligned anymore. And I am 100% okay with that. 100%. So, as I'm redirected and rerouted, you know, it's all energy and it's just letting me know. So, I know this is kind of all over the place, but if you get nothing else from this, good morning. If you get nothing else from this, because it was kind of here and there, I feel like, just take that. Let your transition be what it is. I think this is somewhat of the same message from last time. Trust in divine timing. Be curious about the journey. Be present in the journey. Don't force change happening in a day. When it's time to rest, when it's time to be quiet, when it's time to listen, when it's time to flow, do those things. And I bet it will aid you further along. When it's time to do and to be in the masculine, you will know. You will get guidance on what your next steps and your actions are. So just trust the flow. So for me right now, today, that means taking my time, trusting intuition, intuitive nudges, and I'm not going to say not leading, but not having to be the forefront, you know? Soft guidance, soft, feminine, easeful guidance and leadership. So let's have a divine day. In love. Ashe.